students, good evening. మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
Fine, good evening, sir.
మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
Fine, sir.
అంతా బాగానే ఉంది.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
All good.
okay.
All good, sir.
Good. Okay. So it's a very good thing that we are meeting together, and Bala, we can now start.
Yeah, sir, I'm getting ready with your bio. Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to invite our resource person of this session today, Dr. Kaushik N.Bhuyan.
I think you have to record. I think.
Yes, sir, I'm doing it, and
Anyway, you can start.
I have missed a small file. I'm searching. Yeah, sir, I have got it. Yeah, Dr. Kaushik N.Bhuyan is currently working as an assistant professor in English at ASBM University, Bhubaneswar. He has received his PhD in English from Central University of Rajasthan in 2020. He has completed MA English and Comparative Literature from Pondicherry Central University and has completed the postgraduate diploma in teaching of English PGDTE from the English and Foreign Language University, Hyderabad. Dr. Kaushik has many scholarly publications in varied national and international journals, making interpretive studies of selected works, and has presented papers in various national and international conferences on travel writing, border studies, and ELT. His areas of interest are English and travel studies, culture studies, business communication, English for specific purposes, literature, and politics. Thank you very much, sir, and we warm welcome for you. And it is your turn to take the session.
Thank you. So, from Namaste from my side to everyone. And first of all, it's a very wonderful feeling that, by the way, Bala is my classmate. We are in Pondicherry University. And I'm so happy to see him after a long time. And he's your teacher now. I'm very happy that he's doing such wonderful things, in your college. So first of all, degree Government College. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you. Am I audible enough?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
Yes.
increase a little bit, sir.
Yes. So maybe this is anyway. So what I have thought of doing today is that the sessions are going on. So the speaking skills, particularly, we look into these things. So first of all, it's not a one-way interaction. Okay, the students are there. I'll talk for some time. You will talk for some time. It's a more of an interactive process. So I have prepared some slides for you. Some 5 to 6 slides. So first of all, part one, we'll do that. Then we'll come to you. It's a more of receptive and productive thing because it's a outcome based. I believe in these outcome based things. Whatever 1 hour we have. So let me just share this PPT. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Bala, is it there?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Yeah. So students, I hope you can see the PPT and my audio and video is both working fine. So speaking skills, when you talk about, first of all, that we are doing since long time. Everybody will speak. So when we speak these kind of things, the thing is that we need to communicate. We talk about communication. We'll talk about those things that exchange of ideas, sharing ideas, getting questions, answers, everything. That is about speaking skills. More of those kind of things. So in language, particularly in English language, there are 4 types of skills. More of LSRW we call it: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay, so you need to remember that it's not all about speaking is the skill. It's more of listening, speaking. Other things are also right. There. So here, these 4 skills are very much inherent, and everyone has to master. If you are in English honors, if you are in college, if you are in any kind of position, you need to master this kind of art: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So first, these are the things you need to remember. And speaking, we'll talk about that one. Okay. Yes. So here you can see this slide that when we talk about the speaking skill particularly, you need to remember. So four skills are there: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Speaking and listening. The most important skills, because if you can't listen you cannot speak, so you need to listen others so that you can speak. So receptive skills are those skills that we just inherit, that we listen or we read something, right, but we don't do much things about that. We just listen, we just read, we be there. When you listen something, then we utter a word, we respond to other person, answer back to your teacher in your classroom. That is speaking. That is productive skill. So two things you need to remember. The receptive skills are that. Which are the receptive skills? Listening skill and reading skills. So this is an action. So every action has a more of a reaction, right? Every action has a more of a reaction. So that's why the receptive skill has to be more of productive skill. So that is the speaking and writing are the productive skill. From the very beginning, from your school life, you must have known that you'll read books, you'll go for exam. That was when you're reading, then you are coming to your exam, then you're writing. So more of this is receptive and productive. So four skills. First, we got to know listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening and reading is the receptive skill, and speaking, writing are the productive skill particularly. But now the question comes, what is, why do we need to know? I mean, what is the need? We know our language, we know Telugu, we know other languages, but why English particularly? Okay. So if you know that English language is the most, diluted language, anybody can dilute any types of thing in English language. And also, you need to remember that English language is the second widely accepted language in all over across India. There is a Mandarin, Chinese language is there. That is the first one. Then English, and everybody is now using English. So you need to know, speak, and write about English language. So if you get to know that it's a more of a very vital skill, important skill, everybody has to understand. If you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you want to grow in your life, you want to talk, you want to come out of your place from Andhra Pradesh or to any other place, from your own state to another state, more of the skills are needed. So as a student, you need to master. So that's why effective speaking skills are required. Whatever knowledge you have in your mind, right? I have this thing in my mind, I know everything, but we feel shy to talk to people. That is the that is the issue we have in Indian students, particularly Indian persons. Indian, we feel shy. If I'll say something, what other person will think? Shall I sell? Shall I tell or shall I be quiet for some time? So that thing has to be erased from your mind. Okay? Because if you want to grow, effective speaking skill has to be there. And speaking skills, we will do some kind of exercise today, then we'll get to know that. Okay, so active part in oral communicative process has to be there. Bala, I think my voice is clear enough.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, a little bit some yes sound is coming more, like his sound.
Okay. Okay. Maybe some. Fine.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are the need of speaking skills. You do need to master of these particular skills. Okay. Now, when we speak a certain sentence, we speak certain word in our school, in our college, with our friends. So we utter a word. Okay, we utter a word. Maybe that word is nothing relevant to in that context. Maybe the other person could not understand those kind of things. But what happens there that you get to know new things, okay, when you interact with people. Now, communication, how we are communicating with each other. Okay, so I'll tell you also there are two types of communication. Okay? One is interpersonal and another is intrapersonal. Interpersonal is what? That inter. One person, two-person, three-person, that is more of interconnections. Intra means within myself, within ourselves. When we talk to our mind, when doing a yoga, more of a kind of a meditation, imagination, we are talking to ourselves. That is intra. Now, speaking things is a more of a productive thing. Speaking brings this idea into form. So here, when we speak, we conversation with our friends, with our family member, we are doing every day. Much today also, what you will ask your mother that, mother, what is there in the lunch? What is there in food? What will be there in dinner? Okay, in Telugu and other things. So that is our conversation thing. The classroom interaction, when we talk to our teacher, your peers means your friends, your students, your student colleagues, your friends. Must have, everybody has must have, many friends and best friends in school, in college life. And also when you have debate competitions, more of the person will ask you, tell about this thing, tell about that thing. What is more of debate, argument happens. Okay, so that is also a part of speaking skills. Okay, group discussion. What is group discussion? Group discussion, I'll give you a topic. Suppose we'll tell about your college. What is the good thing? What is the bad thing? Okay, 5 to 6 person will sit together. They will discuss something. Those things will be, share ideas. So group discussion also can be a forum of speaking skill. Seminar presentation, I think your teacher Wala is must doing that, those kind of things, that presentation has to be there, more of a seminar, more of question and answer sessions. So all these things rolled into one and bringing those kind of things, that is about speaking skills. Okay? And speaking has to be through this process, how we will improve our speaking skills. So from the very beginning, we get to know that there are 4 skills. Then what are the receptive skills? What are the productive skills? What is the important of the skills? What is the vitality of the skills? And when do we speak? We don't speak, if somebody will force you, will speak. Suppose there will be discussion, will speak. No, you need to ignore those things. You can go home, you can stand in front of your mirror, you can speak to yourself in English for some time, because whatever things in your mind in your mother tongue, that is, and Telugu language, you can convert that into English, talking to each other. So through that you can improve your speaking. Anyway, so all this thing brings one thing in common, that we have one issue. Okay? That more of why we uh, couldn't speak properly, why we need to do those kind of things, what are the solutions, what are the things we can do that we can speak more eloquently. I have pointed out some point that maybe you will agree with me on this issue, that we have some lack of confidence, right? That we think that I may not be able to speak enough. Okay, what are the other person will think? Shall I say, or shall I be wrong? Shall I be right? These kind of things, it's a very obvious thing. It's compulsory thing. If suppose if there will be no fire, then how can be more of a air? Okay, if there will not be action, how can it be a reaction? So lack of confidence has to be there. If you have those lack of confidence, then you can increase. Then you can work on your skill, right? Secondly, we are human beings particularly, and we have lots of issues with us, that we feel that other person may think on this way, the perception will change, or he is thinking something good about me, maybe he will say something very bad about me. Shall I say? Shall I not say? So in this compulsory, this complexity, your confidence lies. So you worry for others' perception. That you need to erase from your mind. That you need to remove. That I shall speak. I will speak. Whatever the situation will be, I will speak. I don't know. If a question, the teacher will ask me a question, I'll speak. I'll answer to that. So those things you need to imbibe in you. Okay? Certain way also we have that we have vernacular background people are there, students, and many English people. If they are in India, is a rural country. We need to accept that, and we need to work at it. It's a work of the response of the teachers first, that you need to ensure that his or her students are much more ahead than the others. How will do that? We need to improve by practice, by repetition, by many things are there. So vocabulary, grammar, interaction with each other, that will make you worthy enough, that will make you very rich, that I can work on this thing. Suppose you are speaking, right? You don't have any confidence. You have lot of confidence in you that I can do anything, but you are speaking wrong English. Okay, you are using unnecessary grammar punctuations. You don't know where to put a, where to put n, where to put the, right? So that is a part of vocabulary. That is a grammar. right? So for that also need to work, because sometimes what happens, a person can write really well, and but he cannot speak that much. But a person also simultaneously can write, speak very really well, but couldn't write properly. So those things you need to work on. And when we have this lack of information, we have, suppose we don't know the background story, we don't know what is happening today, we don't know who is doing what. How can you speak to other person if you don't know the name of, not today, if you don't know my name? Suppose Bala has introduced me and my background and my affiliation and everything. Then you get to know. Right now, you can ask me, sir, where are you from? You already know that. What is the weather is there in Bhubaneswar? What is your state? How is your state? Odisha is a good state or not? So you know the background information. With the, you know the info that is a way to communicate. That is the way to speak. So lack of information you need to avoid. You need to get hold of everything. First, read, get know that these are the things I can speak. Right? Very important last point, vital point is native language. If you have Telugu language and this L1, that is language one, and L2 is our English language, particularly we are dealing with today. So this native language shadow is there with our English language. That we speak in the same way that we speak in the same way that we speak English. That has not been the issue with everyone. The way we pronounce a word in Telugu, it cannot be the same way in English. So that shadow you need to erase. That shadow you need to, you know, more of a overshadow. So native language L1, the shadow has to be erased. That the way I speaking in Telugu, it has no work with my English. English has to be in background. If you are asking a question, sir, please tell louder. So if you are asking me a question, so the question has to be that way. The intonation has to be there that way. Sir, please ask me a question. Please say it louder. That you are stressing that thing. Okay? You cannot say, sir, please say it louder. You cannot say that because it has to be some other way. Intonation has to be that look like a question. Okay. So native language variations has to be there. It has to be erased, sorry, and you can overpower the aspect. So every issues have some kind of solution. So this is our job. This is our individual thing. Has to find out the issues and solutions over there. So these are the solutions that you can work on, and you can better your chances for talking about your speaking skills. So first of all, we'll talk about be confident enough that I know that I can speak. Don't no need to fear anyone. Don't need to fear that what the other person will think about that. So avoid fear and others' perception first. Okay, and you have seen that in many years. But I do that generally. Suppose a movie comes from Telugu movie, then suppose this RRR, suppose Puspa, suppose Bahubali. When I watch them, I don't know Telugu, right? So I need to use subtitles. That's English language. That is the way of my easily understandable Telugu language, particularly. So in that way, you can also do those kind of things that when you talk about others thing that uh, you get to know that from Google you can translate them. That what is the meaning of Telugu word of English in this particular Google is there. So nowadays technology is so much fast that you can do anything. Okay? So that way you can do that, and you can watch many other languages movies. Okay? Also you can read newspapers particularly. You get to know, and you get to know and speak particularly. So has to be very confident enough to talk about that one, avoiding fear, perception, other perceptions, and whatever opportunities will be given. Okay, you need to take with both the hands. Take every opportunity with both the hands and speak about that. Suppose after this 5 minutes, I'll ask you to speak about you. We'll have some activity to do. So there you have an opportunity, okay, to speak about that. So take every opportunity with, with pride and responsibility. Don't just get to it. Bhagavad Gita, right? Also, you need to listen other first. Then you need to get informed. Then speak. If you don't know about something, you need to be silent. You can ask question. Okay, you need to get to know the information from others. Then you can speak. Suppose now you don't know what to ask me. You can ask anything, sir, where are you, or what is your background, and then you can ask. So information, gathering is the very vital process. You need to inform first, then you need to speak. When you are starting to speak, you need to speak again. Okay, your fear will be vanishing, avoidance of fear will happen. Speak again and again, speak again, speak again. The same thing, you can repeat it again. Suppose you have now some one suppose one song is there in Telugu, you are liking it very much. Every day you are listening. Why you listen? Because you like that. Similarly, if you like something, then speak about that. Day by day, you like it more and more. Then speaking activity will get more and more. Then you need to repeat that thing. Repeat again, repeat first, repeat twice, repeat thrice, repeat fourth time, repeat fifth time. Then finally you see after one month or 2 months or 7 days also, you can be a very good speaker, okay, about anything. Any content you will give in, anything you can speak about that one. Okay. So these are the solutions I can tell you to accept it and to work on this particular thing to improve your skills. Fine. So got now so far we have come to the final and ending part of my deliberation today. What we are going to discuss, that got to know that these are the skills. Speaking skill is the most difficult and important skills because that represents yourself. Communicate. Then you get to know that why this is very much vital. Then you get to know what are the issues with Indian speaker, particularly students and everybody. Even I have some fear now because I entered to this. So that this is common. Nothing to fear about that one. These are the issues. Then you have to work on this particular solutions. You need to be fear and fear very confident enough. You avoid fear. Listen to others first, then get informed, and speak and repeat. Anyway, so now I have some questions for you. You can see in my slide that is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Who is that? Can I know your name?
Prasanna Kumari, sir.
Prasanna Kumari. Prasanna, yes. So where are you from, Prasanna?
Ramvaram, sir.
Raman. Okay. So who are there in your family?
What, sir?
Who are there in your family? What does your father do? What does your mother do?
My father, agricultural labor, sir.
Okay.
My mother, homemaker.
Very glad that you said homemaker. So never ever use housewife for your mother, for any kind of woman, because women are most beautiful persons in the world, and I'm very glad you used homemaker instead of housewife. That anyway, you can start this sentence. Uh, One question to each. Okay, so tell us about you and your family bit. Can you say that for me? Anything whatever allowed. These 5 questions I have in front of you. So anybody who wants to say on something, you can